On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one. And that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They go back to Stewart on first. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. To Sean Gibson there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now the first NFL carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
carry for T.J. Yeldon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Going deep here for Bryant. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Second down, Mayfield. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3rd and long for Mayfield. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Saquon Barkley deep to return. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on the lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out to the 25-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blair Brown in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. To throw, it's Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Rashad Green. The Jags heading out on offense. Well, last year we said, Charles, one of these years it has to come together for the Jaguars, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England.
And they decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked you off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU, and he gave them some toughness and an identity. Quarterback Blake Bortles, often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arm. But the defense, that's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge. Calais Campbell, maybe the best player on the defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge.
Throw left side complete. That's Cole. A big third down play there for the Jags. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Fournette, a first down carry. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Giants making their way out, and at this point, you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team history, or at least that's what they want. Yeah, clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, the talent on this team, too good for another 3-13 finish, right?
And I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because if it was an all-out rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback at number 2. Instead, they drafted Saquon Barkley. So that signals to me they want to get back to running the football and trying to punish people on offense and take the pressure off of Eli Manning. And on the defensive side of the ball, they obviously have to get better. But believe it or not, you know who can really help them there?
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Working from the gun, Manning. And that is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll toss it to Fournette. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
All right, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Detroit.
Mayfield on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Mayfield, and he comes back with one complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He finds Yeldon. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Let's go.
Manning to throw on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Zebra.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Manning to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Zebra. 27's a Sam. 27's a Sam.
Now Manning throwing on second down. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Let's go. All right, now, Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. Room here to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Detroit! Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
No, check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 19.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
Here's a give to Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 more there and another first down. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think they can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games. I thought that was a breakthrough for Leonard Fournette.
Gone! Here we go now, Barney! Blue 90!
Play fake. Mayfield. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Mayfield now. His pass caught with the 4. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Well, you would think that if you threw 119 touchdown passes in your time at Oklahoma, another one might be routine, but not when it's your first one in the NFL. Welcome to the league, Baker Mayfield. And look out, NFL defenses.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, the run with Stewart. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now Manning. He finds Beckham complete. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 57 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. On the stop that time, it's William Gay.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The veteran Connor Barwin in on the stop. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with a big bang for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield?
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Manning to throw on 2nd down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Touchdown number 1 of the NFL career for young star Saquon Barkley, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first and 10. Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a first and 10. Manning now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. There goes Sterling Shepard. 20. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 71 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. A second down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Over! All right, here we go. 3-19.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mayfield. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Here's Mayfield. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I like the call there, because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. The pitch to Fournette. And some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Mayfield to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Manning to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now. but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mayfield. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now from Baltimore. And the Ravens have added to their lead. A win would be their second on the young season. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Here's Mayfield, flush to his right. Bryant with a catch right side. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Fournette on the toss to the right, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. They keep it with Fournette on first down as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
try to throw here. Mayfield. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. To go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Mayfield on first down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Second down, Mayfield. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. What can Manning do now with his drive? And incomplete on the deep ball. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Giants on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Manning now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Manning now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Caught inside is Beckham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he got it! The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Giants, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brady.